Well, welcome. We got a few more things, a few more bit of business to take care of here. Live. This goes on. Save. We got to have our chat enabled. Save. Okay, I got it. Let's go here. Let's see what we got. We got edit. We'll turn it on. Okay, we got no watchers. No watchers. Okay, let's go back to Zoom. I've been tinkering a little bit with Carumba XL today. Not much. I work on it while we do this. I got the one half done. I got the outboard side done, the outboard tip. Hey there, Steve.
How's it going, Sparky?
Good.
What made you decide to build it in two wing halves? You've probably been asked that 100 times already, but
Because that's how you build a lost foam wing.
oh, really?
Yep. Yep. And then you glue it together.
Does it need to get glassed in the middle too?
No.
Okay.
What happens is I'll get this put together. I'm going to cut a notch here for the fuel tank. Then I got to put in ribs. Then I got this basswood spar I cut up on my table saw, and it goes to join it together. The bell crank gets mounted in. This gets cut out.
Hmm.
But I'm working on wingtips right now. Is what I was. Well, wingtips in the.
You said that foam wing was 17 ounces when it was done,
Yeah.
and you think this is going to be 10 ounces lighter? I think you said.
Oh yeah. What the hell is this? I got little bumps and shit all over this. Bummer. Yeah.
You're outnumbered by Steve Smith all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I think you should change your name to Steve Smith too, Sparky.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a triplet. We'll have triplets here.
I could be the fake Steve Smith.
You could.
I got little things in this. This means there's something in the cradle. Fortunately, it's on the bottom.
Uh-oh. Last minute name change.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
I'm building a twister.
Are you? You're back on the twister, huh?
No, right here. Here it is.
Yeah, right. How many times have you been asked that question, Bob?
Uh, Got to be at least once every video.
Mm.
Stupid twister.
I don't think I did any sanding like that, Bob.
Yeah, I don't think you did either. And I hope this side's okay. Do it this.
that just half, or do you have them both together?
They're just halves right now.
And there's Gary.
I decided I needed a new name for tonight too.
Yeah, I see.
Were you on the night that Bob Hunt was on? I can't remember.
No.
He thought that you and I were in at odds.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you guys aren't like in a fight over that? I'm like, no, it's all in fun. We're in
It's
the
all
same
in fun.
town.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to be pissed off about your God-given name. You didn't have
Right.
a choice.
How you doing, Gary?
Pretty good. Pretty good. And you?
Fair to Midland.
That's good.
Fair to Midland. We're all trying to console Sparky over the election results.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Down in the dump.
Yeah, he really needs to be
His,
consoled.
his gal didn't win and he's beside himself. He got so mad he broke that wing in half there. It's 2 pieces now. I'm just glad it's over, if you want to know the truth.
Yeah,
Oh,
me too.
over.
I'm not getting crap in the mail anymore.
It ain't over. They're just getting started.
Don't say that. What method of bell crank mounting do you use on that wing, Sparky?
It's suspended.
And the plates are horizontal above and below.
Right. They go in this right here. This is the bell crank mount. It goes across this way.
Okay, yeah. Is that basswood?
Yeah.
What do you think about the other night guys were talking about an airplane called the Trophy Trainer, and I happened to find the plans for it when I was looking at it. It's got a suspended bell crank, but it's almost like embedded in a shear web. It's like a thin piece of ply and then some end grain balsa that you leave an 1/8 inch gap in for the rod to sit in, and then another piece of thin ply, and it kind of mounts to the back. You know what I'm talking about?
I've only built about 1,000 of them.
I don't know what to call that type of bell crank mounting, but it looked interesting.
And it'll be fine just as is.
Does that have a tapered trailing edge?
Yep.
So what wing is that?
Same wing you got in your airplane.
Oh, you just made it. Okay.
Built up.
Built up. Yeah,
10 ounces lighter.
I bet.
But it's been a lot of work.
Yeah, I've seen some of that work.
Did either of you guys go by and look at the park?
No, Dan, was it John Garrett did?
Yeah, I was there yesterday.
And
I passed there yesterday.
well, it was closed then, when it, right?
Already, I didn't go into the park, but I had to come down 141 for something else, and so I went a little further so I could go past it. You have to turn around because you can't go under 44.
Yeah,
Way back I could see on my right. You could already see the water was all over the whole control line fields.
yeah. There was a report on Channel 2 News
Hang on,
the
I got
other
a
night,
sandwich here. I'll be right back.
and it was just a very brief couple of seconds, but you could see the water was up to the eaves of the pavilion over at the RC site.
Want to build condos there.
Yeah, I said thank you, Mother Nature, for pointing out what can happen at Booter Park area.
And that happens what? About once every 5 years?
Oh, it's been almost every year lately, or at least every other. I can't remember if it flooded last year or if it was the year before, but not this bad, but it did flood.
You had that much rain?
Not
What's
really.
that, Gary?
So did you have that much rain?
Yeah, it was, well, it was all up in the watershed of the Merrimack River.
Oh,
Um, that's where they got the most rain. The Mississippi itself is not real up, and I don't think the Missouri is up a lot either. But it affected the Merrimack, and then further south in Missouri, there's a river called the Big River, which is usually not very big, but it was flooding some towns down Highway 55, 67. So southeast Missouri.
How long you think it'll be before they open that park again?
Uh, Generally, I think they open it up as soon as the water goes down.
Don't they have to like clean all the sludge and stuff off first and all that?
I don't know that they do that.
Hmm.
They certainly don't on the circles, on the control line circles.
Fred said something about that.
Well, he might have. I guess he would know.
You know what I wondered the other night? Does Glisma even exist anymore?
No, not really. I mean, there's what, $38,000 worth of money somewhere.
No, that's gone. You might as well kiss that goodbye.
Wow.
That didn't go to the county.
Who's in control of that?
I guess whoever was the treasurer of Blisma, there were some talk and discussions uh, about getting some kind of interest bearing account.
Used to be Dave Sinclair.
In relation to Gary Sinclair?
Yeah.
No,
no.
No, Dave, you talking about the car dealer?
Yeah.
no.
Oh, that was a long time ago. I don't think he's even around anymore. I guess his son is.
The Dave Sinclair that worked up at Schaefer's?
No.
No, this Dave Sinclair was a car dealer. Big car dealer
No,
south
I
of
mean, he's
town.
right by my house. I know that. I didn't think. What did he have to do with Glisma?
Treasurer.
I guess he flew model airplanes. Steve Mizrarini was in there too.
Not the same Steve Mizrarini.
Yeah, the roller skating.
I know that guy. I know that Steve Mizrarini. It's not the same Steve Mizrarini.
There couldn't be more than one Steve Mizrarini in
Yeah,
St.
there
Louis.
could.
Come on.
There
I
could
mean,
and there was.
there's only two Steve Smiths. What?
Would you believe when I worked at AT&T, there was a period when I was the only Steve Smith at AT&T? And you know how
Wow.
big I know I wasn't. It was only about a 4-month period, but it was a time.
Huh. And how many employees did they have?
I mean, tens of thousands.
Wow.
Alan Barklage was a member of, you probably don't remember him though. You know who that is?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
I
Alan
do.
Barklage. My cousin was friends with him.
Yeah. He was a member of our club till he killed himself. He didn't do it on purpose.
No.
No.
Did you know that he was part of a prison break?
Uh-huh.
You
Oh, I
did?
never heard that story.
Yeah, some woman like hijacked him by gunpoint. He ended up shooting her.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard all the Alan Barklage stories for the most part. Yeah, he when he crashed that little helicopter, what got him was his helmet strap choked him to death.
Hmm.
Kind of effed up. How's your Cavalier coming?
Slow. I haven't done anything for a couple of days.
I'll have this done before you get that done.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now I'm about ready to frame up my third Skyray wing over here.
No, but you're just going to build all 3 wings first and then the rest?
Yeah. I was kind of waiting. I told you Wes was going to send me that kit.
Yeah.
He hasn't, so I don't. Maybe he changed his mind. I was kind of waiting to see how the stock fuselage went together.
Oh,
I think it's 2 pieces split down the middle. At least I saw it in a picture somewhere.
What you doing there, Bob? Cap strips?
Yeah, gluing on the last of the cap strips. 2 more left.
Surprised we haven't gotten anybody else in here yet.
It's been slow till like 7:30.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Gary's always here. Well, he's
Mhm.
got to get here and get. You got to get it warmed up to go to sleep by 7:30.
Yeah.
Last week though, you were up late. I was nodding off. I could
Yeah.
tell you were sitting there full of piss and vinegar.
Read the chat. Is there anybody in the chat?
I learned my lesson with that last week. I don't have YouTube up.
Was
I
that
thought I
mess
was
things
muted.
up?
Stopped by Shaper's yesterday and bought a piece of 1/2-inch wood.
Oh, they had a decent one.
They had 1 piece of wood. It was 5 pound. That's what the tips are. Shaper.
You take a scale with you, or can you just tell by picking it up?
I can tell.
He can tell. I've seen it happen. Lisa Royce says, "Hi, Sparky, and everyone like Given."
That's Wayne.
That's the only chat we got.
Yeah, I can't hardly get to the chat because you know the situation here, Steve. The TV's way across the room. I can't read that.
Yeah. I noticed you cut the ribs with slots instead of just holes on both sides. Does that just keep it even?
No, I just get it as light as I can get it, as quick as I can get it. Easy way to do it.
Still clogging up the nozzles?
Of course. Absolute crap.
You know, I leave a bottle down there on the bench, and there'll be a couple days goes by where I don't do any work, but I'll be down there and I'll pick it up and squeeze it like, oh, it's wide open, ready to go.
Sure.
And then I come down there to glue a piece of wood. When I pick it up, like somehow it's clogged now.
Be careful, don't squirt glue in your ear.
Oh, it's happened. It's happened.
God.
The worst thing that ever happened to me, when I was a kid, I was building a Great Plains Trainer 40. I vividly remember this. I had an adjust-a-jig wing jig I got for Christmas. I thought it was the neatest thing in the world, but I had I was putting shear webs on, and they stick right on the back of the spar. And I don't know what possessed me to do it this way, or maybe I forgot to glue. I had it glued to one spar and not the other, and so I was prying that thing open and putting some glue in it, and it slipped out of my hand and snapped closed. and it shot CA into my left eye.
Oh,
Oh.
my.
Oh,
And it glued it kind of half of it closed. So the first thing I did, luckily there was a bathroom in my parents' basement where my workshop was. I pulled my eye open. I went into the bathroom. And I started rinsing it out with water, and not thinking, but it. All I know is it burned really bad that whole night. So they took me to the eye doctor the next day, and he said that I guess most doctors know about that glue because it's kind of a surgical adhesive. He said, I bet you, he said, there's nothing in your eye now, but it looks like you got a nice couple scratches in there. And it probably hardened the moment it hit the moisture of your eye. And then your eye was moving around as you were panicked. There, luckily, no long term. It all ultimately came out okay.
Well, that's good.
Do you know who Carl Lovins is, Steve?
No.
That
He
name
got
sounds familiar.
and he's been to our contest before, but he's out of Ohio. He's got a real one crazy eye. That's what the CA got in his eye.
Huh.
At least that's the story.
And I guess it doesn't work anymore.
I don't know. I'm not behind it. I didn't ask him.
Oh, okay. I remember my eye burnt so bad, like somebody was holding you light fireworks with those punks that kind of smolder. It felt like somebody was touching my eyeball with that.
Mm.
And the eye doctor, he didn't give me eye drops. It was almost like this Vaseline goop that he put in my eye.
Mm.
And that felt so good. That immediately stopped the burning.
Oh,
You couldn't see anything now because you got, grease in your eyeball, but I didn't care. It felt so good.
The worst my eyes ever been burned. I was working at my lift, and we had a guy doing heliarc around, and I wasn't even watching him. That night, my eyes were sunburned. Boy, I said, who woke up? Who threw the gasoline in my eyes? Terrible.
I had a friend who was a welder. That was his job. Ornamental ironwork. And luckily it didn't hurt him and he didn't ever know where it happened, but he had a little speck he'd show you stuck in his eye. It was basically like a little piece of steel and it was rusting.
mm.
And I was like, doesn't the doctor want to take that out? And he said, no, as long as it doesn't hurt me. They said it'd be fine. And it was in there for years. It was a little tiniest fleck of something. And then you could see like a little 16th inch circle around it of rust.
Weird.
huh.
Everyone thought that would have been, poison, but I guess not.
Bob, have you explained why the ribs are angled like that on that lost foam system?
They're angled at 30 degrees. That's an engineering angle that like if you look at a bridge, all the bridge trusses are at 30 degrees. I don't know.
So that's stronger than straight on?
Yes. It would be
Is it
even stronger if they crossed.
Yeah. Is it the same number of ribs as if they would have been straight, or is it more or less?
No, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 ribs less than you'd have in it normal.
Okay.
Is that what they call Warren truss wing?
Yep.
That Warren was a smart son of a gun.
Bridge builder. Little hole right there.
I always got a kick out of hearing Wendy try and pronounce geodetic.
Gotta listen to him say putty. He says pooty.
Yeah, Pooty. Yep.
Get some pooty on there.
On the fuselage.
Yep. The
He
fuselage.
says the body.
That's the other one that kills me. Like he's as much as you're on airplanes as much as he is, and you're calling it a body.
He didn't have to be grammatically correct. He can build.
No.
Well, I did the outboard tip well. I hope I can get the inboard tip just as good.
Were those blocks?
Yeah, blocks that I made by laminating wood together. I decided not to use my good 4-inch wide piece of wood for it.
Oh, okay.
Save that for something else.
You're going to use that for a tripler on the twister, aren't you?
Yeah. That big blocks of wood like that are hard to come by.
No, they're not. They get it. You can just get them at your local hobby shop.
Yeah.
So you just put together smaller pieces, smaller.
Four half-inch pieces with an 1/8-inch piece in between.
Okay.
So it's 2 1/8 thick. And then
did you shape them ahead of time, or did you just stick them together and then hollow it?
shape them together or put it together. I cut it on the bandsaw, a rough cut, tacked
Mhm.
it on, shaped it to this shape right here,
Okay.
and then cut it back off and hollowed it out.
Okay.
I'm at
Does your airplane have those kind of wingtips where you had to carve them and hollow them and all that?
whose?
Steve.
Mine?
Yeah. Your Crossfire, is that how it was?
I don't know. It's been so long, I don't remember.
Yes, that's how it is. Yep, that's how it is.
A lot of work.
Yeah, but foam wing I can build one of them in a month. The whole airplane finished, ready to go.
Yeah. That's still on the wall behind you?
What?
The one you built
Yeah, it's
off
hanging.
off that foam wing?
Yeah, it's behind me.
You still only flew it the one time though, right?
Yeah, we haven't been able to get out.
No. I don't know. Early next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday.
That all depends on how cold it is. Because if it ain't cold, it ain't. I'm gonna wait till next year.
I don't know. I thought it was still going to be in the upper
You think
50s,
the water
low
will be
60s.
gone by then?
What's that?
The water will be gone and the mud will be off the.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
comes and goes pretty quick.
Hmm.
Unless we get a big moving tire out there, then it takes them a while to get rid of it. Don't you remember the big tire, the earth moving tire that was in the middle of the circle?
Oh, no, I don't remember that. When was that?
Either last flood or the flood before that, second to the last. Flooded out, and one of them giant tires that's 15 foot tall and 4 foot wide
Oh, man.
from a big earth mover came and was right in the middle of the circle.
Huh.
Yeah.
I can't, somebody got a picture of it. I can't remember who's got it, but
Maybe Garrett.
Dan probably.
That's true. Yeah, Dan probably.
This wing is taking longer than normal.
Yeah, there's John. He's still connecting to audio. There he is.
Hi, all.
Hi,
Hello.
John.
Oh,
What you
how's
been
everybody
up
doing?
to?
Oh, I'm sitting here waiting for my liberal friend to come take me to dinner.
Oh.
You win a bet?
Yeah. I think he's not at the show, though. He's supposed to have been here a half hour ago. He might have forgot. So how's everybody doing tonight?
Okay.
Pretty good.
Good, good.
Junior's over there stuffing his face.
Oh, yeah? Is he junior now or just number two? He said, listen to him, he's number one.
My wife was calling him Junior.
Or to listen to him, he's number one and you're number two, you know.
Yeah.
Well, this is a good place to stuff your face while you're on TV, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't matter. It had to happen.
There you go. What's the boss working on over there?
The next project. Still no other chats.
That's good.
Everybody getting ready for winter. It's finally gotten cold here.
Where are you, John?
I'm in the Great Desert, south of Salt Lake City.
Oh, in Utah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm between Salt Lake and St. George, but I'm a little further west than Salt Lake. Not a lot, but a little bit. But that's the Great Basin Desert area.
Yeah.
Beaver.
But it gets cold there, huh?
Well, it is tonight. It does get cold, but it's a dry cold.
Oh my.
How did you end up in
Actually, that's probably true.
Yeah,
how did you
Here
end
in
up in the
Missouri, it's
desert?
always damp cold.
yeah. Well, I tell you how I wound up in the desert. Well, actually, I was born up in Salt Lake City, and we left the area when I was in grammar school. So I grew up in Los Angeles area, Los Angeles County mostly, and wound up. You know, I traveled. I joined the Navy, traveled half around the world, and when I got out, I still had the travel bug going, and so I left California, went up to Washington State, spent a couple of years there, and then I went up to Alaska, spent about 10 or 15 years up there, and then I went out to Wisconsin and spent 15 years out there. And then I came back to Salt Lake. Well, Salt Lake is a great city, except, you know, it's like most big cities. It's got its problems. I lived in a suburb called West Valley, and one of the things West Valley is known for is its gang violence. And so I go to
Mm.
bed at night sometimes listening to the 9 millimeters popping off as they're shooting at each other. And I
Oh.
decided this wasn't a good place. So I looked around and I found this place. It's called Delta, and it's in the Great Basin Desert, and it's a small community, farming rural community, good people. And it only has one stoplight in the whole town. So you kind of get the idea of what the feeling is here. And I enjoyed it. It reminded me of the town that I grew up in when I was a little child up in Salt Lake.
Mm,
You know, and I moved down here and I haven't regretted it, not in one bit. So,
good.
Well, you could be
I,
in my neighborhood and listen to machine gun fire.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah, I know. I live not that far away from you. You know that. Yeah.
So you got any place nearby to fly?
Well,
Just
yeah,
go out in the
actually I
desert.
do. Actually, I do. I can fly at the uh, county fairgrounds on asphalt,
Mm,
where there's hard pan dry lakes all around the place. I can go
yeah.
out and fly on without a problem. Um, there's the practice field at the high school where I practice for soccer and football. Fly there,
Oh,
and
they haven't run you off of there?
no, they don't have signs posted up even, like
Hmm.
a lot of schools do. And so, there's plenty of areas around. I just can't find anybody to fly with.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Your neighbor can come out and play.
yeah, well, I've got one guy that's kind of interested, so we might try that this next season.
I
Uh,
imagine you're making him buy you dinner.
having dinner. He's a good guy. You know, he's just got a wire crossed there somewhere, but he darn good guy, real decent fella. So we have a good fun time teasing each other about our politics.
It can happen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, it's like I told him at first. He seen a little animosity there, and I told him his name's Joe, and I said, Joe, you don't understand my politics. I said, I'm a great fan of a man called, oh come on,
Hmm.
uh,
George Carlin,
no. This guy was way back, way back.
that was a political mastermind, if you ask me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm thinking way back. He's a Frenchman, Voltaire,
Huh.
and Voltaire, one of his things he's most famous for is he made the statement, "I may not agree with what you have to say, but I'll fight to the death your right to say it."
Yeah. Yeah.
And and that's kind of describes what I always felt America was, down to a
Right.
T. And once he understood that it meant we've been friends. Even though we politically we're on opposite ends, we're good friends.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
We
great.
tease
No,
each
that
other.
is good.
He was telling me that how Cameron's going to win, and I said, yeah, how Cameron's ahead in the polls, and I said, gee, I said the polls I'm looking at say she's going to lose by over 100 points,
Mm.
100 electoral votes. Yeah, we had fun.
Uh, there are a couple of things in the chat. Steve Barry says, good evening, everyone. Larry Fox, hey guys, I'm new here. Tony Dallas, hi everyone at the hangar, like given. And then Tony has a question. How often should I change out my control lines? I had someone tell me that he replaces his lines every 6 months.
Now I do it probably once a year or once every 2 years. If they just inspect them. If they look bad, change them.
Yeah, I've got lines that I used for like 5 or 6 years.
Cheap
So I
and
check them. They look good. I did a good job of wrapping them.
they get any squirrelicues or kinks in them, get rid of them.
Get rid of them.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the fishing line.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't get squirrely cues or
They don't get squirrely
kinks.
cues. They don't get kinked.
People step on them. They don't ruin them.
Right.
Uh, they're lighter. They
Yeah, but they got a weird feel in the wind. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like the weird feel in the wind. What it feels like to me is when you come into the wind, they open up. I can feel them.
Huh.
It's weird.
I haven't felt that.
Well,
Maybe it's just the set I got. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
could be. It could be that I don't fly as much as you do right now.
Well, I don't fly much either, but
yeah,
What made you retire the blue and yellow set? I noticed you're on a green set now.
who, me?
Yes.
The blue and yellow set is on the Blue Angel.
Oh, matching.
Yeah.
It's the
And
set
the
you were
and the
flying. You were
I'm
flying
using the
directly
green
with that.
set that Denny Adamischen made for me because of the Green Monster airplane.
There you go. Matching
I'm
lines to
remembering-
Matching
matching.
lines
Yeah.
and handle and
Yeah.
reel.
You use a separate handle for each airplane like I do.
Yeah, actually, it was 3D printed handle from a guy here in St. Louis, Fred Cronenwell. What is a scale guy,
I know Fred. Yeah.
but
we
the
had to get rid of that quick.
spacing was way too far. It wasn't adjustable.
Ah,
Too high.
I'm using the Fancher handles that I get from Brent Williams.
Brent Williams, yeah.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of people like the Cas handle. Gordon likes the Cas handle a lot.
And I think Sparky does too.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's a good handle. So
The big thing wrong with it is you can't get it.
Right,
Yeah.
it's unobtainium.
Yeah.
yeah. But the Fancher handle, you know, I buy them from them like four at a time when I buy them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's a kit, right? That's not,
Yeah.
it's a
you gotta
kit.
put
Yeah,
it together.
you put it together. It's real easy to put together. You can do it in a couple of hours. You know, and then I'll seal them up and
What do you
and
seal yours with, John?
clear dough.
Okay.
But then what I tend to do, like like with Steve here, I do something similar. My lines don't match my airplane, but my handles do.
Yeah.
I'll paint the handles to match the trim and then the colors on my airplane.
That's fancy.
Yeah.
And
I bought a couple of those Brent, those handles from Brent too, and mine are sealed with polyurethane, then wrap them with hockey tape.
yeah, you can do that. All you want to do is you want to make sure that you get it so that, I mean, I imagine it doesn't matter. You can probably fly with them unsealed and they get dirty and grungy and everything else. But I don't know. I like to have a nice, clean, crisp appearance when I'm flying in front of the judges. It may not make a difference, but it can't hurt. I could just see coming up with a grungy old handle there, and laying it down, and it's right by where the judges see it. You know, when it's in the well, I want to say impound, but you know what I mean. Where
Yeah,
you
the
lay
dirty rag sticking out of your back pocket.
yeah, all of that. Judges say, man, this guy, he must be from the farm, you know.
Hey,
Nothing wrong with that.
Think of how
No,
much
it doesn't
you practice
matter.
to get that handle that dirty.
Well, you know, it gets that dirty because you get caster all over your hands, and you get to transfer that to the handle, and you lay in the handle in the dirt and the dust, and you know, it gets dirty. But if you got it sealed, you could at least clean it off, you know. So
Or black hockey tape hides the dirt.
anything, you know, electric tape, you know, whatever, just seal it off. I think electric tape. I like the handle tape for tennis rackets.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there's Mark Gerber.
Hello, Steve.
How you doing?
And everybody else.
Mark?
I'm tired.
You look at what's going on.
I just got back from Vegas on one
Oh,
evening. All
how
week
was
I've been,
that contest?
oh, it was great.
They have a decent amount of entries.
Oh, yeah.
It's turning out to be one of the larger contests going now.
Did you go to that one, John?
No, I didn't. I just, funds were not available for that trip.
No, I understand.
Sure.
You're not real far from there, though.
No, I'm only like 300 and, I'm between 300 and 400 miles away. It's nothing, it's not a bad, it's a 1 day trip or a quarter day, 3/4 day
Yeah,
trip.
yeah.
It was just, what was a preventative for me was this cost of staying there.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm working on I got a little Toyota Sunraider. Remember back 30, 40 years ago, they were making they put a camper mounted on a 3/4 ton Toyota truck chassis, and little dual wheels on the back of that.
Mm.
And, I've got one, and it's nice. I've taken to Brodax 3 or 4 times, and I made 4 trips to the East Coast down into Georgia when my wife was alive, because that's where her family lived. And it gets about 15 miles a gallon when you're heading down the highway, which beats the 7 miles per gallon my buddy's getting with his
Oh, yeah.
camper. So and it's just perfect for 2 people, and maybe I would say 2 people and 2 kids, maybe,
Hmm.
but I'll have it up and running. I had some problems with it, and I had to get some work done on it. So it'll be running for next season. So I might make some of the contests around now, because it's nice. I can drive down there, and then just a lot of the contests, for instance, like VSC, you
Hmm.
can get permission to camp there at the field, but it has to be registered with the police for it. I did that the first time I did that. Middle of the night, there's 3 or 4 police cars pull up with their lights on, and they're pounding on the door. And
Oh, man.
I said, hey, they said, you can't camp here. I said, yes, I can. I said, I've fulfilled all requirements. Here's the signed paper. They looked at it, and they spent about 20 minutes calling back and forth, talking. Finally says, okay, bye.
God. Hey, Bob, why did you cut the end of that off?
I left it long so I knew the angle. The flaps go all the way out to the end.
Oh, oh, okay.
Did you see the neat awards they gave out in Vegas?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
neat.
do you have one,
Yeah.
Mark? Those were cool.
Howard showed us those when he made them, I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess,
So
I
you
guess
got it
Jim
prepared in
Aaron,
advance?
yeah.
All
Does it have a
right.
battery in it or something?
Well, there were 4 entries in advance.
I think it plugs in.
Hey.
It plugs in, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
it's got LEDs in it, and red, green, and yellow. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's
Makes a
very
great
cool.
nightlight, in the
My
shop.
wife is not impressed.
No. Yeah, I got to step away for a minute. I'll be right back.
Sparky, have you thought about using the green foam or something like that? The open cell foam for wingtips. I've been thinking about it since it's so hard to get light balsa anymore.
Thought about molding these, but I didn't do it because it's easier to sand than it is to mold.
Well, that's true, but then once the mold's made, I think it would be easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I'm only gonna make this one airplane.
Okay.
What's the length of your lines for half A?
Who you talking to?
Anybody?
Oh,
I think 35 feet, isn't it?
well, the average is 35 feet. That's what you'll get
35?
when you get one of those ready to flies. But for instance, like a half A Pathfinder flies on 45 to 53-foot lines.
Oh, really?
They don't fly on 70-footers?
No, we're not like, what's his name with his ridiculous. What was his name? I can't remember it. He had a half A that had like 48, 50-inch wingspan, and the TD-049 was angled out at about 6 degrees or 7 degrees, 10 degrees.
Was that Bob Barron?
No, no.
Who was it? Oh, you don't know.
Porter. His last name was Porter. Rich Porter. That's what it was.
I
And
don't remember that airplane.
the plane was called Ridiculous. And it flew on 60-foot lines, and it would fly the whole pattern.
Huh.
And I would have bet that thing could do a 5-foot radius corner too.
You know, when I think about it, I got given a TD-049 with a suit with a nice tank and a timer and all that shit this summer. You know,
Oh,
but
yeah?
I need to make me a half A for Brodak. Just to make a profile like a jumping bean.
Well, I would make one with that setup.
Why don't you do a
Right.
miniature Carumba with a little lost foam wing?
Yeah, make a about a 30, 32, 33-inch wingspan Carumba.
I just know it has to be about 5 ounce.
Well, you want, for instance, the guys that fly the Pathfinder, little Pathfinder, they try to have it ready to fly at between 12 and 13 ounces maximum.
Hope they don't sneeze while they're flying it.
Well, that little sucker will fly. It'll do the whole pattern easy.
It was nice to see Gordy in Vegas.
Yeah, he had a good time, I think.
Haven't seen him for several years, except on TV here.
Yeah, yeah. How was he feeling? Did he?
Well, he didn't complain much.
Well, that's good.
He was judging, so he'd sit down in the chair.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't he fly one flight? They had Brent or something out there to catch him if he fell.
Yeah, they might have tried that. Brent brought him down, I think, didn't he?
Yeah. He tells me that his new Pathfinder with the Stalker 51 side exhaust on it is really
The sad one was that Keith Russell had his Madman there.
what happened.
Pete Peterson was going to launch it, but he lost his balance when he was squatting down on the ground
Oh no.
and fell on the tail.
Oh no.
Oh,
So Keith said he wasn't too upset. He says it'll be easy to fix it with some hot stuff. But he decided not to try to do it at the field. He's taking it back here in Colorado and
Yeah.
fix it here.
Oh, how sad. At least it didn't destroy the airplane.
Feel bad for the guy that fell on it. He probably felt terrible.
Oh, he did. I could imagine knowing
Yeah, I
Pete.
think so. I mean, Pete's a good guy.
Knowing Pete, yeah, he would. Oh, that kind of happened. Something like that kind of happened to me at the last Brodax. I had a electric Sakatumi, from a Walter Unland kit. and I had it in the garage, and all the airplanes were in the garage on the floor. And I went in to pick it up, and I lost my balance. And I've got it in one hand, and I'm trying to keep from falling on somebody's airplane. And of course, I wind up running, down, and I made it outside before I fell. I fell right on the wing of my Sakatumi. Took the outboard wing and just crushed it flat.
Yuck.
That was the end of my flying at that road.
Keith had already repaired his Madman because at VSC, he chipped the prop on takeoff and it vibrated like mad. And he couldn't get enough thrust to take off, so just kind of taxied around. And I was judging, so I went out and grabbed it. And that thing was shaking like you wouldn't believe till I could get it to stop and put pointing the nose down. And it had all kinds of cracks up around the nose and into the wings. And Keith said he just took a lot of hot stuff and
poured it
filled all the
in.
cracks in. Yeah.
Yeah,
They brought it down to Vegas and he was going to fly it. And then he had to go, and Pete sat on it. So
that plane has got a streak of bad luck going for it.
I think he's had it for quite a while.
So did Keith have anything else to fly, or what?
He had his chiseler there, but I don't know if he entered or not. I saw it on the flight line once, but I don't know if, don't think he was flying it during the competition.
Hey, those chiselers are amazing, and they're flying. They have an optical illusion that apparently it looks like they come down and they just stop and turn and pull out of it. It's I don't know whether it's the shape of the fuselage or what. I noticed that the first time at the VSC when Ted Fancher and Keith both had one, and I happened to be judging that year, and that was the one thing noticeable about those chiselers over the other airplanes that were there.
But I don't think we had a bad crash all weekend, which was amazing because the wind came up on Sunday pretty bad.
That's what I heard. Did anybody fly in the wind, or did everybody just opt out?
Well, the forecast was it was supposed to come up to like 20 miles an hour, gusting to 35. And I decided not to fly, but it wasn't that windy. I think I could have got my flight in okay. But around 9 o'clock, it started to get a little breezy. And then by 10 o'clock, it was blowing like mad.
Hmm.
And by 11 o'clock, it was blowing so hard that it blew the paper plates and napkins and everything else off of the picnic tables. And everybody was putting their planes in their cars.
Yeah.
So they got done with the first round on Sunday, but not the second. So they decided to award the trophies based on the first 3 rounds. So, which is okay with me. I think that's the way they were supposed to do it, but I'm not sure. I didn't go back and look at the rule book yet to see how it's what advice it gives you on something like that. So Rusty's won everything. He got the expert award. He got the travel the most distance award. He got the best looking airplane award. I think that's all of them.
Well, I saw that Kestis was there.
Yeah, he flew pretty well. I don't have a picture of the scoreboard. I thought you guys would have that all taken care of by the time I got here today. There's a lot of pictures on the Pampa website, so on the Pampa Facebook page.
Yeah, Steve came in last Monday, made a report on it. So
Okay.
he had
Good.
a lot of pictures and had the scoreboards. So
And I was talking to Ruben about the date next year. He was discussing it, and I was encouraging him to do it at least a week earlier. because we have, those of us that live in Colorado have to get over the Continental Divide to get to Las Vegas, and it's 11,000 some feet high on Route 70, and that's really the only way you can go. And I got through it going to Vegas on Wednesday morning before the snow started. I got rain on a little bit when I got down to lower elevation. It started to precipitate, but by then the temperature's up to 30 something and it was rain.
Oh, can't you go down to Durango and then come across down there?
No, yeah, I mean, you can do that, but it takes you forever compared to what Interstate 70 is.
Yeah, Interstate 70 is kind of straight shot across, but
Can you feel your car losing power when you get that high in altitude?
Yeah, except I have a turbo.
Okay.
And I actually, John, I was looking at going through Wyoming and Salt Lake City too. That's about an hour longer
yeah.
to get to northern Colorado where I live. But then the weather started to break up going home.
Carl Shoup stopped at the top of that Continental Divide. There's a parking lot or something up there apparently. And he flew a half-A combat ship at 11,000 plus feet. He says he thinks he has the highest combat ship flight in the world.
So anyway, on the way home, you could see that they had a lot of snow on the day before on
Yeah.
Sunday. It was piled pretty high along the sides, and I saw a number of cars that had gone off into the ditch on Sunday
There's a
that
hole
they hadn't pulled out yet. So I sent that picture to Ruben. I said, "Here's why I'd like to do it a week earlier next year."
Yeah.
And we're having a snowstorm here right now. We had it started yesterday, and Denver's
Wow.
closed all their schools, and it's winter.
We were happy to send it to you, you know.
Thanks, John. Anyway, I had a good time.
I'm glad to hear that. I
Hope
sure
to go
had,
back next year.
I sure had a good time the 2 times I was able to make it there. And I didn't even fly. I wanted to, but things didn't work out. I've since come to the understanding that my flying days may be over. I start to do anything up over 70 or 80 degrees, I start to fall over.
Yeah, I'm not very stable up there either. I just take my hat off so I don't have to turn my head back so far.
Yeah. See, Lynn's trying to get in.
I'm coming.
There he is. Hi, Lynn.
You guys, how we doing?
Waiting for Lynn.
Waiting for
Okay,
you.
let's see what we got here. Let's go open this up. There we are. We're here. How we all doing?
Oh, doing fine. We're wondering how you're doing in the Great Frozen North. You know?
Is there a sequel?
What's that?
Well, it says they're the original Steve Smith, so is there a sequel?
There's
Well,
two of them.
the other one's here. The Smith Jr.
Stepped away for a minute.
No, I'm right up here.
The other one's
The
yeah.
other one
There's
tonight.
two.
I'm the new and improved Steve Smith.
There you go.
There they are. They're both there now.
Yeah, I'm back.
So you got
All
any
right.
snow
Hey,
plans?
Len, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. How you doing, Steve?
How are things in the Great White North?
Pretty good. I'm a little tired, but that's okay. Ever since Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning, I started building a twister. Sparky got me all revved up, so I decided I'd try and build one in a week. I'm
All right. Is it done?
very close. I just got to do the color on the fuselage and put the motor and tank on it, and it's done.
Well,
It'll
drag it up
probably
to
the
the
best
camera
flying
so we can
airplane you
see it.
got.
I'll bring it up. Hang on
Yeah,
just a second.
Glenn beat me.
yeah.
That's good. Uh, stupid twister.
And we got a couple more chats here. Tony Dallas, another question. How do you guys deal with the sun while flying your pattern?
I got a good pair of sunglasses. You can look
Yeah.
at the sun.
Look into the sun sunglasses.
That's
Some
Yeah.
guys
that is
wear
a big
welding
help.
glasses.
Yep.
The other
Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Yo,
Yo,
Roy Lane, good evening. Like given. Gary Sinclair gave us a like. Gave himself a
Here.
like.
the other thing about flying in the sun that one guy taught me, and it works if I remember to do it, and that is close one eye. So that after you go through the sun and you're blind and the eye you got open, you can open the other eye and see. Look at
Look at
Why
that.
that.
that's
still under
racist.
We're still under 5 days, so it's
Hey,
coming
it's
out pretty
shiny
good.
on the tail.
Yeah, it came out pretty good so far. It's just money coat, like ultra coat.
Oh, not paint. Okay.
No paint. Just the only thing painting is the fuselage. The
Fuselage.
fuselage
Okay.
is ready for color now. It's all sanded out and lots of dope on it, so it's ready for color now.
All
I didn't
right.
want to
Beat
put
me,
any more
Lang.
on tonight. What's
Was
that,
that a-
Sparky?
You beat me. Mine ain't together.
Was that a
I got her all
kit?
together, and hopefully I'll have it.
Scratch it.
It should be ready to fly by tomorrow, but I still got to break the motor in, so I decided not to rush it. We'll get it
I-
done. It's turned out really nice, though. It's nice and straight and accurate, and I had a lot of fun building it, actually.
I quit building on mine. I went to this instead, this other project.
Yeah, well, your project's a little more worthwhile. This is sort of it's just a fun little project. Once you pulled yours out, I thought, gee, I think I'm going to try that too.
Yeah.
I had a twister kicking around in the cupboard, so I thought, you know what? Why not? Put it together, something else to fly. I got to show you guys my wingtip weight box.
Yeah.
Cigar tube.
I know. A pill bottle.
Oh.
Pill bottle.
A pill bottle, and you just pop the lid off, and there you go. You put your tip weights in and put the lid back on.
Huh.
Oh,
Done.
I hope it stays on when you go flying
Yeah.
with the
Oh yeah,
centrifugal force.
they snap on. It's never gonna go
Oh,
anywhere.
okay.
I always use those in a twister because it's just so easy. All you do is drill an inch hole in the tip and pop the bottle in with some epoxy, and it's done.
Hmm.
You know, I know a guy in Wisconsin that went from beginner to into advanced class flying a twister, stock twister.
I
Like
fully understand that.
We know a
I've
guy
had
that went
really
into
good.
expert. He's right here in St. Louis with the twister. And he
John
could do,
Garrett.
Awesome.
yeah.
yeah, that's the same guy.
I love twisters. I've always loved them. I actually flew my first pattern competition with my twister way back in '81. So I've
Way
had
back
good
then.
success with twisters. But a lot of fun. I had a good time building it. Brought back a lot of memories. It was a lot of fun. Fun build.
How
Yeah,
that
I'm
compared to
excited to
Ring
fly it.
Master?
I was surprised, even when I used all the kit wood, except for one piece of the trailing edge was so bad I couldn't use it. And this thing came out to be, as it stands right now, it's 22 3/4 ounces
Not
without
bad.
the motor.
Not
What
bad.
motor are you going to put in it?
Brodak 40.
40?
Was this
So
a
it should
kit
be
you
pretty
had
good.
for a long time, or did you just acquire it?
What's that?
Was this a kit that you had for a long time, or did you just buy it from somebody?
Well, actually, Naomi had it. I think it was her kit, actually. And her motor, too.
Ah,
Well,
I
she's
see
gone
it.
to flying 25 size stuff. She doesn't fly 40s anymore. So she says, you know what? I'm never going to build it. If you want to build it, knock yourself out. So I did.
You
So
get your cylinders yet?
No, still didn't get those yet. They'll come. I'm not worried about it. They'll get here. All in due time. You know what I did get today, though? I think I told you guys I ordered off eBay a few weeks ago a Fox 59, and it came in the mail today. And I
Oh,
gotta
wow.
tell you, brand new. I
Oh,
couldn't believe it.
wow.
It's a brand new motor,
Long shaft or
I-
short shaft?
short shaft,
Oh, bummer.
but it's a really nice motor. I was shocked. So yeah, normally you get stuff on eBay, you never know what you're getting, but this one
Yeah.
was a winner.
How much you have to give for that?
75 American.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah.
That was cheap. I was shocked.
And
So
the
it ended
short
up
shaft,
being just over 100 Canadian.
the short
What's the
shaft,
difference?
the crankshaft will last longer than the long shaft will.
Well,
What's the
long
difference
shafts had
between
a
the two?
tendency to separate. I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah.
I guess just because they're so long.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm going to build a humongous for it. I've already got it started. I've got the ribs cut out. So that'll be the next project, I think. But anyway, no, I just
That's-
thought I'd show you guys this. It turned out pretty good. What I'm going to do is I called it whiteout. And what I'm going to do is at the bottom of the lettering, I'm going to mask it all off and I'm going to spray some white dope and fog the bottom of the lettering just a little bit so it looks a bit, because the whole airplane's going to be white except the canopy.
Ah,
So I'm going to have a blue canopy and then I'll fog the lettering just a little wee bit at the bottom so that'll give it the whiteout effect. It's very Canadian.
Yeah. Len,
Get lots of white.
you need to come to St. Louis with that and fly at our isolated contest the
That's
last
cool.
Sunday of February.
Nice. That's awesome. That's so neat. But yeah, I'm excited about flying it. It's going to bring back some good memories when I fly this. So
yeah.
it's cool. But anyway,
Yeah.
I
It's a
think,
very successful design.
yeah, I'm hoping I can have it finished up tomorrow and that way I'll have it done in well under a week. It's all good. It just shows you, I mean, if you were to break your airplane and you needed a profile in a week, you can do it. If you really need it, you can get it done in a week. It's not that big a deal. And I mean, I didn't go crazy. There were some days I did more than others. Some days the first couple of days I was going pretty hard at it. But then, Wednesday came along and well, I didn't get quite as much done. And I took part of the afternoon off to go do this and that. And we went and did grocery shopping and stuff like that. And it's like, well, it'll get done. And it did. It got done. So I didn't really dedicate every minute to it. I think probably you could build it in 3 or 4 days if you really leaned on it. But a week, no problem. Definitely can
Yeah,
be done in a
it's
week.
cool.
Glad to see somebody beat me.
Well, I don't see it as beating you, Sparky. I just thought your idea was a really good idea. I think it was a fun project. When you got yours out, I thought, hey, what a great idea. I want to see if I can build one in a week or less.
Yeah.
So thanks for encouraging me. It was awesome. I had a good time.
Yeah. We got a couple of answers from Buddy Barbie about flying in the sun. He says, I fly around the sun and close one eye. And he also said, try not to fly through the sun.
Well, I got sunglasses. I can look right at the sun for a short period of time.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. Number 5 welding glasses, I think they're called.
Yeah, that'll work. No, mine are prescription Polaroid, Ray-Bans.
Ah, yeah.
Yet it can't stare at it. It'll blind you if you stare at it.
Right.
I used to get those kind that they wrap around and
Yeah.
close in the top and bottom and sides. Got big wide pieces that go back, so you're totally inside that. You can wear your regular prescription glasses and put these over them, in fact.
Yeah. Looks like caffeine's parallel parking or something.
Yeah, hello.
Hey,
Yep, finally. So, how you guys doing?
doing good.
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 You get to fly anything since Monday?
No, I haven't flown anything, and I will not flying this weekend actually. but from our last discussion, I've checked my wings, my elevator. All of them are level and good. You know, so yeah, it's a bit light on the week on the tip weight. So uh on the next session, I will definitely try to add some more wingtip, and then also I will also test my engine run, how it runs when it's upright position and inverted position. So that's the two things that I want to try on my next flying session.
Yeah. So you got a plan. That's good.
Uh-huh.
Remember how I told you you can do it on the ground with the airplane just by turning it over upside down.
Yes. So if it stays the same, I mean, if it's no problem on the engine run, then I will proceed to the wingtip option. I mean,
Gotcha.
it's if it uh if I have problem with the tank height problem, you know, uh, indicated by the engine run, I will try to I will try to adjust that first and test flight for 1 or 2 flights, and then if the problem still exists, I will proceed to the adding tip weight. So yeah, that's my plan.
Good plan.
But first thing first, make sure the engine run is good, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you don't want it quitting inverted.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Got a question for you now. When's the
Mhm.
baby due?
Oh, sorry.
When is the baby due?
Um, December. It's around December 15 to 22 of December.
So about a month, a little more than a month.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not sure that I will have one more or two more flying session, but yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I hope I will have one more. I hope my wife will let me fly for one more session before the baby. But yeah, yeah, I don't know yet.
Is that your first or second?
No, it's going to be my second.
Second. Okay.
It's neat to see that the plight of men is pretty much the same the world around.
Yeah.
Fly when our wives let us. in most cases. Then on the other hand, he's got the best, his wife flies. So
Yeah, that helps.
yeah, that helps a
Caffeine,
lot.
Caffeine, I hope you get more flying sessions between now and 2042. You could be busy for a while.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my goodness. I,
And
I
if
can't
my
even
baby,
imagine. I can't even
sorry.
imagine having 2 kids and trying to fly model airplanes. I don't think I'd get to do much flying somehow.
No, that's what killed me years ago. That's what took me out of it.
Gerald Wimmer does it, but and his wife flies
Yeah, well,
too.
his kids are older though, and they're into flying
Yeah,
model airplanes, so that helps.
but
Yeah.
they were flying when they were little. But
That's
his
good.
wife also flies. So
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah, I'm trying to what you say it, brainwash my son.
you just take them out to the field when they're babies and keep them
That's right.
going.
Yeah.
Get the baby a flying handle rattle, something to
Yeah.
play with all day long.
You get him a handle with a piece of wire and a little airplane out there that he can pretend he's flying.
Yeah.
Start them early.
Yeah.
Mm.
Edward Carla, like sent. Thank you, Edward.
Wow.
Hey, Sparky, how old were you when your dad got you flying?
7.
7?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My first airplane was a Wenmax T6 trainer. The green army looking thing with balloon tires. They took me out
Right.
to Orangewood School. My uncle Jerry and my dad said, "Oh, we'll fly it," and they flew it about 3 times and crashed it, broke it all up. That was my Christmas present. I took it
Oh,
home,
nice. Nice.
glued it back together, and went to the school without him.
Good boy.
Yeah.
You hear that? Oh,
That's
here, I
neat.
take this out.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I will come back again later.
All right.
Okay. Drive safe.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. It's Saturday where he's at.
Oh, yeah.
Then my Uncle Jerry worked for Laidlaw's Harley Davidson, and he started building. He jumped the freeway with his panhead and broke his leg, so he stayed with us for about 6 months, and he was building airplanes, and I got involved in building airplanes.
So he was your first teacher, huh?
No, my dad was. My first airplane that I built was a Gallows P-40 rubber band model. And
Mm.
that's back when they had die crush wood. You had to cut with a chisel. And didn't have any X-Acto knives. We had double-edged razor blades. We took the back side of a matchbook, the striker part of the matchbook, and shielded one blade. I never did finish that airplane.
Hmm.
And then my Uncle Jerry said, well, let's get some jumping beans. And we started flying jumping beans.
Nice airplane. Good flying airplane, too, if they're straight.
Yeah. Of course, we had combat cats and voodoo, little Satans, bunch of half-ace stuff. My first big airplane was a voodoo.
Combat plane?
Yeah.
Wow.
Poor thing. That's brutal to learn on when you're young. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tough road, Sparky.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Didn't have
Well,
didn't have a combat motor, had a McCoy on it, but nonetheless.
Still worked.
Remember building remember the old Comet, the 10 and 25 cent, and then later the dollar models they had, Comet
yeah.
had. They weren't die cut, they were printed wood, and you had to cut them out
Cut
yourself.
them by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just printed.
Yeah, and the first one I built was a Super Cub, and I think I was I think it was around 7 or 8. No, I was older than that. I was not about 9 or 10. And the second one was when I got the second one finished, which was an air coupe. Remember, we took my Super Cub out and put a cherry bomb in the inside.
Oh my.
And we lit it on fire and let it go.
Unbelievable.
But my first big, and bigger than a half airplane I ever built was the Sterling Mustang. Flew that
That was
for
the first airplane Naomi ever flew. Big plane, Sterling Mustang.
Yeah.
And you know what? I caused her to crash it because I launched it on the wrong side of the circle. And boy, I never forgot it either.
You probably still hear about it.
I made Naomi cry. She crashed the airplane. She's crying her eyes out. The airplane's in pieces all over the place.
Oh my.
I took it home and I rebuilt that airplane. And that airplane still flies today.
Does it?
Wow. All
Yeah,
right.
it's still going. Rebuilt it and refinished it and put all new covering on it. And it's still flying today.
She lets you launch it because she figured you learned your lesson.
She doesn't even want to fly that thing anymore. It's such a junker.
My
she said, no, give me a real airplane. Don't make me fly. She hates when I hand her junk. It's like, don't make me fly it. You go fly it, clown.
yeah.
Give me something good to fly.
I
He
think
says, I
the
want to
first
fly a
big,
Shark 402 or a Twister or something that flies. Don't give me some junk job.
yeah, I think the first big airplane I had was a Ringmaster with a Torpedo 35,
Yeah. So I
heaviest engine ever.
But they would turn.
And I had, I thought more elevator was better, so I had almost a 90-degree throw.
Yeah, you go around a curve like this.
It would just flop over.
Turn on its own axis.
Yeah.
My second large airplane was a Super Ringmaster.
Mm.
You know, and I'd like to build another one just to fly it for fun. It was a fun airplane to fly.
Super Ringmaster.
Same wing and tail feathers as a regular Ringmaster, just a full body.
Got some more comments in the
canopy.
chat. Lisa Royce says, my first plane was a Golden Hawk Half A. I was 10.
I remember those.
And
Yeah,
Tony
a
Dallas
couple
has
of those.
another question. Which wing design, lost foam or I-beam, has the best resistance to twisting and bending?
Well, an I-beam does not have any much resistance to twisting and bending. It becomes the sum of the total. So until you got covering on it, it's like a noodle. These geodesic rib wings here are pretty stout, so it doesn't matter what wing you choose as long as you build them like this. So that's
You want a C tube or a D tube wing on average. The one that Sparky's got there, which along with being a C tube wing, it also has the geodetic wing pattern, and that resists.
The advantage to that.
John, what's the difference? What's the difference between a C tube and a D tube?
Well, you see, they're under in front of the sheeting or where the sheeting ends. That's open there on that, except where he'll put the what do they call it?
spars. It's got a spar on top and bottom.
Well, you got a spar on top and bottom. I'm talking about where you put it through the center section for a ways out. I'm forgetting what we call that. It's hell to get old. You know? What is it?
Webbing.
Web, yeah, shear webs.
Shear webs, that's right.
Shear webs. Where it's shear web, that's a D tube because it's
So you're closing off that
Closing
open
the C,
space
yes,
to
to
make,
do a D.
okay,
Yeah.
so from the side, it looks like a C or a D, depending on
Right.
whether that webbing
Yeah.
is on there.
right.
Well, that looks like a combination, Bob.
Yeah, it is.
And that's a good point to start. Now the geodetic wings adds the extra torque resistance where the wing is braced so much to keep it from doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing ain't gonna twist.
Never built one of those wings. I've always been afraid because there's too many angles and stuff on it for me. I'm not understanding it well enough.
They're quite simple. They're just like, in fact, I think they're simpler to build than a standard one with the straight ribs.
Okay.
Well, if you got the foam cradle, it's pretty self-explanatory and really it lays it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
The foam cradle helps a lot. I of course do mine, you know, on the computer, so I set it up with little tabs on them to keep them level going out. It self-jigging setup. So
Hunt did all the thinking.
yeah,
So-
when you do the foam cradle, that all that thinking has been done. When you know, depends on how you get it, how it was, who designed it, or whatever, who did the work on it. When I do it, I do all the thinking before you get it on the in the plans, so it's all laid out correctly.
So Bob, is that a 60 size plane or?
A 61-inch wingspan.
Okay.
So
Is
the
it just
same
like
as
the
the
carumba
Carumba.
that's on the wall?
It's 1 inch bigger, actually.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Got an inch longer inboard wing.
All right.
And that was in the cradle set up that way?
No, I just added it on the tip.
Oh, you added it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this was an equal panel cradle, and I made the outboard tip 1 inch and the inboard tip 2 inch.
Okay.
So if you look at this tip right here, you see how the tip is 1 inch this way,
Uh-huh.
and this one, I'm not done sanding it, but
It's okay.
I'm
Gives us the idea. Oh yeah, for sure. I
Oh,
can
I
see it.
see.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So you like the different wingspan panels as opposed to equal span panels, eh?
that's right. You got to carry less wingtip weight that way.
I agree
Gotcha.
with him. I agree with him on that.
Okay.
And I've taken the end rib here, and if he asked why did I cut that off, I left it long so I could sand that loop in there so that my flaps can rest inside that trench.
In the trench, yeah. Yeah, you do all yours that way. They look good. It's a good way to do it. Again, it's above my pay grade. I'm sure I could learn it, but I've never taken the time to do so.
It, you try it, you'll like it.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
And, you know, it's one of those things, I didn't build I-beam wings for years because I'd never built one. Okay. I finally built one and I found out how relatively simple they are to build.
I built one, and you're right. They go together very quickly and
Yep.
really not that hard.
Yep. Like Sparky was saying, though, they depend on being the sum of the whole. You don't have a whole lot of strength till you get the covering on, and
Most definitely, they're pretty flimsy.
yeah,
Mm.
that Torino there, that's a
Yeah.
I-beam
It's an
wing,
I-beam, yeah.
and that went together so fast. I was amazed at how fast that went together.
I built that Aries in 11 days and won the Spirit of 62 with it back.
Wow. 11 days in an Aries. Good for you.
Completely, cut all the ribs, did everything.
Yeah.
Just a little airplane, though.
Just shows you, though, when you want to do it, it can be done.
When you
People say,
build
oh,
that,
you can't build that fast. Sure you can if you want it bad enough.
That's right.
when you build that jig for cutting those strip ribs for an I-beamer, cutting the ribs is super fast.
Yeah, you can zip them off. Zip, 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 zip.
Zip, 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 zip. Yeah. I think there's 110 strip ribs in that Torino.
Yeah.
You know,
I've
And
been
it's
working
easy to
on
put
this wing
them
here
in, too,
2
because
weeks.
everything's lined up. Go
Yep.
ahead.
I've been working on this wing 2 weeks, and I haven't really been working, but when I come online. So in 2 weeks, I probably got 10 hours in it. And right now it's going slow because it's all the fiddly stuff, like these shaping these tips, and I got to cut it back off and hollow it out and all that.
Hey, Sparky, there's a bunch of crap coming up in the chat. I don't know if
Gary,
you
you're
can,
falling down.
I don't know if you can do anything about it.
Oh yeah.
Can I join? Can jet fuel do this? Oh man,
What?
just a bunch of crap.
Where is? Oh, yeah, it is a bunch of.
Oh, we got a $3.
You did get a $3 thing, but there's a bunch of other just garbage coming up.
Bunch of rubbish.
Yeah, rubbish.
Can I join? Well, Komang Sutha Jaya, you can join if you go to Stunt Hangar and become a member, and then whoever B4K4 is, John Miller owes me $300.
Huh?
Yeah, report, block that one.
I don't know who that is. Can I join? I'm a boomer and I'm also really gay. I like ponies too.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, get
Well,
block them. That's crap.
Gary, you're falling down.
It's all right. He got up. It's all good.
Who said I owe him $300?
BK B4K4 B4K4. I don't know who that is.
Just
Well, it must
crap.
not-
It's somebody
be
that
crap,
set
too.
up a thing just to spam us.
Well, yeah, because if it truly was, he'd probably put his real name in there.
The reality is he probably owes John $300. That's more like it.
Yeah, just all of a sudden, a whole bunch of them
Yes,
throw
I can't
crap
even keep
up
up
there.
with it.
Yeah.
There.
Hey, what's up? How you
And
guys
I
doing?
bet those
How you doing, guys?
they're supposed to look like
Yo, what is good?
super chats,
Yo,
but they're not.
Hey, what's up,
hey,
guys? How you
What do we got
doing?
here?
what is good?
Oh, now we got some idiot on there.
You got
Nice.
spammers coming through.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Get
I'll
out of
stop
here.
for 1 second.
Yo, what's
Hey,
good?
y'all want to see my girlfriend?
Holy
Get
mackerel.
rid of these idiots.
I'm working
No,
on it.
no, fuck you. Don't get rid of us. We just want to be a part of the show, dude.
I can't get back into Zoom.
Oh God, we're getting spammed by crap.
Yeah, man, you getting spammed, dude.
There we go. All right,
See
Dick,
ya.
get out of here.
See ya.
Where'd he go?
Look at this guy.
Hey, look at me.
Oh
I
my
am.
God.
So let me ask you. I had actually a serious fucking question. Can jet fuel melt steel beams? Can it melt steel beams?
Nope.
Thanks,
Okay.
Bob.
Good job.
Here comes another one.
Here comes another one.
Might have to end the stream and start over or something.
Yeah, mine's going so wild you can't even catch them to take them off, can you?
No, it's garbage.
Well, I wasn't watching it. I mean, I can block them.
Yeah, but there's so many now.
Yeah, they're coming in as fast as you can.
Really? Go figure. I wonder how they all come in at once. It's wild.
Yeah, they're cooperating with each other, I'm sure. Just a bunch of
Here
kids.
comes another one.
Just a bunch of children playing around on a Friday night because they got nothing better to do.
Yeah, well, you guys still there?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
still
we're here.
here.
I'm working
We're
my
just
fingers.
not we're just not saying anything because of these clowns coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're giving some super chats, so if they want to waste some money,
Is it a real super chat or is it some kind of fake?
no, they're real.
Really?
Marvelous.
Yeah.
Marvelous. Sell us all out. Just take the money.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. We can't keep up to that. Oh, here we go again.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
We're fine. Who are you? You're gone.
Somehow these children got a hold of the link.
Yeah. I don't know who John is.
We'll see if he ever shows up. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, geez.
Got a limited vocabulary.
Yeah.
I've seen it, dickhead before. Helmet head. He's a jerk off. Let me see if I got a setting here. I don't know how they would get that without
Without joining, yeah.
I don't know. Obviously they did.
Here comes another one.
we'll wait to see who it
See if he
is.
see if he sends you some money anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is worth it if they keep sending money.
right.
He's on the button. I can tell you that right now. The minute he shows his ass or his head, he's gone.
Yeah, take the money and run, Sparky.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, anime.
There we go.
Yeah.
Bye. Nice knowing you.
Yeah.
Here comes another one. Well, it's entertaining anyway.
Oh,
What we got here?
was butt crack.
Butt crack. Plumber butt.
Plumber butt. Yeah.
Plumber butt.
See all those pimples?
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't wash.
Yeah.
That's what toilet paper helps, you know. There's helmet head again.
Yeah.
Try again. He doesn't give up easy. They still coming in hard and fast.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Yeah, on the chat they are.
You take care of the chat, Gary. I'll take care of the the YouTube or the stream here.
I'm trying to. They come in faster and you can take them off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was way at the top and look down here at the bottom. Too bad I couldn't highlight them all.
Come on, dickhead. Let's go.
Come on, guys, send us some more super chats. That's what we
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. Probably one kid found it somehow and sent it to all his
Posted it to his board.
posted it somewhere, yeah.
Well, he didn't even make it in though. Anyway, this is entertaining.
It is entertaining. Yeah.
Something different.
Yeah.
Wonder how Michael spelled a strange way.
Well, here
And
comes-
Helmet Boy. This isn't the helmet head anymore, it's the helmet boy. Oh, there we go. More of that anime. You'll hurt yourself doing that.
blah 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 blah
Yeah,
Perfect.
nothing else. The kids are entertaining, right?
Yeah.
Think of all that talent wasted. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just think they could be flying stunt.
Yeah, they probably.
They don't have enough brain power for that. That's why they're doing
Oh,
what
that's
they're
true.
doing.
So they're doing
Yeah,
what
they're
they're
just
doing
sitting in front of their computer, like whatever.
24/7.
He's
Comes
back
again. He
Yeah.
doesn't give up easy.
No.
See what he's got to say this time. Oh, there's Jack. Jack is back.
Just a click of a button.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we only got 10 more minutes.
Hang on.
He's back again. He don't give up.
Yeah, you got $5 more out of them.
Out of helmet.
Perfect.
You know, I wonder if they aren't getting on by putting money in, and that gets them in.
I don't care.
Perfect. I
Yeah, I
don't care.
know.
Keep sending money.
Yeah.
We're making money for Sparky here by putting up with this shit. I don't mind. Can watch it all night if the money keeps rolling in. Like Sparky
Yeah.
gets half a grand out of it. What the hell? It's fine by me.
Try hard 7. Oh, if you got try hard, I don't know.
Hey, Molly's here.
Yeah, I think they got bored.
I'm still weeding them.
Let's see what Molly's got to say.
I bet Molly ain't really a Molly.
Well, you don't know yet.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. She might have a little more going on than the other guys. You never know.
Yeah.
Then dickhead. Oh, there's John Sukulak.
Hey, it's a real person.
Okay, now we got a real one.
Hi, John.
Hey, John.
Hey, I didn't want to miss out on this.
Oh yeah, it's entertaining as hell.
I mean,
There's Molly. Okay, yeah.
if there's a way to encourage more super chats.
Yeah.
Right on.
What'd you call me, Sparky?
John
Howdy.
Sukulak.
No, this looks like a lot of fun. And
I'm weeding through them.
Oh my God.
Me too. I'm just
Gotta love their enthusiasm anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're bombing Gary and bombing us here.
Gary can't keep up. He's going full out
I
here.
can't keep up again.
He's going full out. Gary hasn't been this busy on this show in the last 5 years.
Well, at least
Oh.
to keep him awake. What the heck?
Oh.
Man, oh
Yeah,
man.
it's been entertaining, that's for sure.
Yeah.
More interesting. Actually, it's more interesting than listening to us talk.
Let's see what this clown's gonna
Let's
be.
see what Derek's got to say. I'm sure it's not any Derek we know. Nope.
No.
Bye. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for playing.
Hey, on your way in.
Yeah,
Oh,
shit.
lordy.
What they don't realize is that we all know each other, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oops. You must have figured it out.
Well, I banned probably 30 of them. How many aliases can a guy have?
Yeah.
Next guy who comes on, let's ask him if he knows what a Super Tiger 60 is.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
The real Smith is
Hey,
back.
they think they're having fun. We should have some fun too.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm having fun.
Yeah, I don't think they got the reaction they were wanting.
No.
Did we lose one of our own guys?
Yeah, the other
John
Smith is
Skukelek.
gone.
Oh,
John,
yeah.
Did it
What
take him off?
The real
Yeah.
Steve Smith's gone.
no, the real Steve Smith and John Sukulak. Well,
Yeah.
we can end this up. You know, it's no big deal. We took in about $10.
All right.
Thanks, kids.
Well, it doesn't seem like they're trying to get in anymore.
No, they didn't get the reaction they wanted.
They got
We
bored.
just laughed at them.
There's the Super Tiger
We got-
60. Is a model engine designed for radio control of RC aircraft.
No, it
Is that
isn't.
what the answer was?
Ah. No, that's what this guy wrote.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, he's close though.
There's $10.
There's Tony Dallas is in.
Oh, so we got $10 so far. Boy, there's a lot of messages in there.
Yeah.
John's back.
Yeah.
Hi, John.
Hey, you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
So Sparky,
Hey, you're back.
will this be good? Will this be good for the YouTube ratings?
Oh, yeah.
I
All the
think so.
activity?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We should see if we can get him come in every week, or at least once a week.
Yeah. I don't think we've laughed this hard in a while.
I'm already missing helmet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see Helmet Head's butt again, though. That was
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't unsee
maybe
that.
what we ought to do is the next time Helmet comes on, we should all moon him.
Tasting his own medicine.
Might get
Yeah.
me kicked off YouTube though.
No, we don't want that.
No, we don't
We
want
won't
that.
do. We won't do that.
Okay,
We're not going to play their game.
but it would be fun.
Let's see. Yeah, here's a guy. He says Super Tiger 60 is a model engine designed for radio controller. Who show?
Nope, not radio control.
Yeah,
For control line.
No, they made them for radio.
Yeah,
They
but when they first came out with it, it was control line. Radio control was not that advanced at that time.
He Googled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, probably so.
Lisa Roy says that was wild.
Yeah, Tony Dallas says that was different.
I think we're clear, boys. It's gone quiet.
Yeah.
It wasn't as much fun as I thought it was going to be, but
No, they did. It wasn't.
I gotta go to bed. So
Sounds like a good thing.
Where are you at,
guys.
Bennett?
see you guys Monday night. I hope.
Yeah.
Take it easy,
Well,
Mark.
Okay,
maybe
Mark.
not. I don't know.
Yeah.
18,
All right. Night all.
18. Oh, we got more than that. 18, 19.
How much did you get?
I'm working on it now. 19, 29,
No.
34, 35,
No.
36. Of course, and those are English pounds. So that's a little more. 37, 38,
All right.
39.
I mean, we were getting spammed from England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are legit, right? They're in your account.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Marvelous.
So that's 45.
Nice.
Hey, Helmet Head, come on back. Bring your buddies back with you.
We can sit and watch for another half hour. Not a problem. Bring it
Well,
on.
you know, those English pounds, I got a 3-pound thing here and a 2. I think you get more money for those.
Damn.
Quite a few $5 ones and some 2s and 3 English pounds. Whatever.
On a successful night on Stunt Hangar, Sparky.
Yeah, best I've done in a while. Thanks, Helmsley.
No, the pounds are down.
They're less than $1.
Yeah. $1 is 0.77 pounds right now.
Oh, they're usually the other way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's been down for a while.
Remember when they were about 6 pounds to the dollar?
Yeah.
On
Not
quiet,
anymore.
Gary.
Yes, quiet. Slow down.
Hey, Steve, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen this string on Stunt Hanger, but the topic is kind of interesting, and it's about the level flight height.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that?
I was going to comment, but I haven't yet.
The point seems to be by some that judges tend to penalize if you fly higher than what the rules call for, but tend not to penalize if you fly lower than the 3.9.
And that's something that we're working on correcting with our judges training. Because it's just as much of an error if you're 1 foot too low as if you're 1 foot too high.
You know, in the old days before we had the pattern like we have now, you used to get extra points the lower you could go. If you could go with the wheels an inch above the ground level and go,
Nope.
That was maximum points. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, if it's consistently low flying, a pilot can be disqualified for a safety violation.
Yeah.
The other thing I saw in that thread was, well, if you've established your level flight at 5 feet, then all the maneuvers, all of the repetitions have to be at that level. No. It's right. As long as you're within that range, and once you establish the bottom for that maneuver, you should be consistent. So just because you flew your squares at 4.9 feet doesn't mean you have to fly your triangles, or 3.9 feet, doesn't mean you have to fly your triangles at the same level. Every maneuver is separate. Unlike it was described in the past as a, I don't know how they described it, but it was like a continuous thing.
There's established level flight level.
Right. No, that is not the case.
That was the old way. Yeah.
Yeah. It's every maneuver is its own, is judged on its own merits or not.
So if I do my level flight at say 5 foot, I do the bottom of my triangles at 10 foot, but they're consistent.
No, that's wrong. And in fact, if you do your first triangle at 10 feet, but the subsequent one at the right level,
you lose
that's
both
fine.
ways.
You're going to get deducted for the high one, but not for the one that you flew, even though they didn't put them on top of each other.
Right. So in other words, if you're doing 2 triangles and you fly one terrible and one great, you're still going to get scored for the good one.
Right. Well, you're going to get scored for the terrible one. The good one, you're not going to have the deduction. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. You're going to get the deduction on the bad one.
That's right. On top of each other.
So what you're saying is if you make a mistake in consecutive maneuvers, just to correct it. Don't just keep doing the same thing.
Correct.
Right. Exactly.
That is correct.
So there's nothing to be gained.
Each segment is judged on its own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But doesn't the consistency of, to use an example, the 3 inside loops.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's say they're all within the legal range, but shouldn't you get a higher score if they're all the same within that range?
You're going to get a deduction for every one that's wrong. So if all 3 are wrong, you're going to have more of a deduction.
I'm saying all 3 are in the range. They're all right, but they're not the same.
Then no. Well, generally, what people are asking for is, well, they're all exactly the same and they're on top of each other. But every one of them was 2 feet too high.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, I
Yeah, they
see
were
that.
consistent and they were on top of each other, but every time there's they were too high, there's another deduction depending on how far it is,
Even,
1,
I
2, or
think,
3 points.
I think what John's talking about, say you're doing your loops and you got that 4 to 6 foot range.
Well, it's not a range.
Okay.
It's not a range per segment. It's a range for the whole maneuver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you establish,
if you're changing in during the,
if every loop is
maneuvers,
different,
that's an error.
That's a deduction for every loop.
Yeah.
Even if they're all in the range.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, that's
the
what I
only
was
one
trying
you
to-
would
They're not the
truly-
same then. If one is at 3.9 and one is at 4.9, that's an error because they're not on top of each
All
other.
right, so consistency is a factor too. It's
Yes.
not just a matter of
Yes.
staying in the range.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah, well, subjective
Sure.
judging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like ice skating.
It's ice skating, yeah.
I wonder
Like
why.
if you're doing your 3 inside loops and you make the first one right, you want to try and put the next 2 in the same spot. If you
Correct.
bugger the first one, you want to get the next 2 in the right spot,
Correct.
identical to each other, not
Yes.
identical to the first one.
Yeah. Is it that way in FAI as well, Len?
It's a good question. I don't have an answer.
Because I don't know. I haven't really researched the FAI.
The last time I looked, which was years ago, obviously, it was pretty much the same. I don't know if they've departed from that thought, but
I don't think they have.
yeah, they pretty much.
I just don't want to say yay or nay if I'm not sure. I will never.
Well, they pretty much follow what they pretty much follow what we do. They do
Except
step
for the
out
4-leaf
ahead.
clover.
Huh?
Except for the 4-leaf clover.
Yeah, well, but we followed them on that one.
In the worlds, they could fly either way.
Oh, really?
Enter at level flight or enter at 45
45 degrees.
Well, you used to be able to enter inverted flight from either a dive or from a loop,
Uh-huh.
I guess they call it a bunt.
Oh, a bunt, yeah.
So Steve, does it impact your score if the 2 level laps you fly in between maneuvers if they're not in the range?
No.
Good question, because
no, we're not watching that. We're writing the score down for the previous maneuver.
Yep.
The only time you got to be within that range is on your level flight and on your inverted level flight.
And when you start a maneuver.
Right. You got to start
if it starts at that level flight altitude.
So here's another
basically,
one.
no, they don't care what you do until you do those 2 laps that you're actually scoring on.
Correct.
Exactly.
When you start your flight after, and I know the takeoff is scored, and then I think I usually see like 5 level laps before the reverse swing over starts.
6.
It's better to do 6.
Are any of those 5 or 6
the
laps?
judges 6 times?
Yeah.
So there's no question. But depending on the wind, it could be 5.5.
Are any of those 5 or 6 laps scored?
The first 2 after the takeoff and level.
That's my question. Okay.
Yeah, laps.
So the first 2 level laps after takeoff are scored.
Correct.
It's because that's
you
your
got the takeoff in the first
and getting
lap,
to level flight. Yes.
and then you got 1, 2 more.
Okay.
And then
it is called takeoff and level flight.
Yeah.
Right.
I think landing needs to be changed to
very
approach.
different in AMA than FAI. They're both very different.
Yeah.
Landing.
And I think in AMA it needs to be changed to approach and landing. Because there's only one word.
A good line.
There's only one word in the rules that says smooth for the descent portion. Yeah, so I got an idea on that one. I might,
I think that's a good idea, Steve.
might submit something. Yeah.
Hey
That's a
guys,
very
I'm gonna
good
wrap
idea.
up. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna wrap up the YouTube, and if you guys want to hang out, that's fine. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so
It's okay. The kids aren't back.
really appreciate Helmet Head and you other characters. That was really good. Thanks for the super chats, everybody.
Yeah.
And the entertainment, yeah.
And the entertainment.
Yeah.
But Helmet Head, you got an ugly butt.
Steve,
Oh,
one last
man.
clarification on those initial level laps. So
Yeah.
I'm hearing 6 times around, go past the judges 6 times, and 2 of those level laps are scored. And I think you said it's the first 2, not the middle 2.
No, it's the 2. And as soon as you get that first lap done,
Yeah,
and you're back to level flight,
yeah,
then the next 2 are still judged.
yeah.
See,
Okay.
takeoff and level flight are combined.
They're combined.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
So
So then
takeoff is your first lap, and level flight is the next 2.
Next 2. Correct.
But then
Right on.
there are 4 more level laps.
Hey guys, let me close this out, please.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Sparky.
All right.
We can discuss all that afterwards, and I'll turn it over to Gary. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And let me see if I can get out of here. You might get booted here. I'm not sure. I'll try not to. Let's see. I just want to end the stream. I don't want to. Let's see here. Open and more live stream. The meeting was reached capacity. No. Shit. I don't, Charles did a good job handling this stuff.
Yeah, he did.
Because I can cut it off on YouTube and that'll cut off a whole bunch of stuff. I'll just cut it off on YouTube. Let's see here. Alrighty, like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.
New and improved. He just showed up.
Oh, there's a helmet. It's a helmet head.
New and improved Steve.
All right, Steve, way to go.